Akara Robotics is revolutionising hospital operations by automating workflow analytics and room disinfection. Niamh Donnelly is the co-founder and CTO.
Growing up, I didn't come from a family that could afford access to private healthcare. Now, I know not everyone can, but I remember being a kid and watching my dad stumbling around in agony for over a year as he waited for hip surgery on the public system. And unfortunately, wait lists have only gotten worse since then. So it's no surprise to me that on average, a hospital operating room will lose more than 2 hours of productivity per day due to preventable inefficiencies. And we've learned that there are two main causes for this. So surgeries almost never run on time, meaning staff often don't know when they're needed. Secondly, manual tasks like cleaning and data entry are huge bottlenecks in the workflow. We founded Akara to solve these problems and help hospitals regain this time and treat more patients like my dad. Let me show you how we're building the smart hospital operating rooms of the future. Within each operating room is an AI-powered sensor that continuously monitors what activities are taking place. When the surgery is ready to transition to the next stage, the sensor will send real-time alerts to staff on the ground, telling them exactly where they need to be and when. It's kind of like an air traffic controller. All of this valuable OR data is stored in Akara's backend and made available through an AI agent to administrators and CEOs so they can make better informed scheduling decisions. When the room is ready to be cleaned, our sensor will send real-time alerts to Akara's autonomous UV disinfection robot that can decontaminate hospital rooms 4 to 6 times faster to a higher standard and using less staffing resources than manual cleaning. Now, hospitals really care about this problem because operating rooms are the economic backbone of the hospital. They account for more than 70% of the hospital's revenue and 40% of its costs. We operate a B2B service-based model with tiered pricing starting at $1,000 per operating room per month with an 80% gross margin. Now, if you take into account just our beachhead market of operating rooms, and in the US alone, this is a $6 billion market opportunity. And it's a no-brainer for the hospital. If they can save just one of those hours per day, that's equivalent to a $15 million annual ROI. And this isn't just an idea. We have revenue-generating deployments across 3 countries, including 2 national health systems in Europe and a top-tier hospital in the US. We've just signed a partnership with Servicon, a cleaning services provider in the West Coast in the US, to allow us to scale our operations. We're a spin-out from Trinity College. All of our founders have master's degrees in AI and robotics. We have an A-class advisory board. Our work has been recognized globally. It's featured on the front cover of Time magazine. So we have a really great founding team. And thank you so much for taking the time to listen to my pitch. Look forward to your questions.
Great, Niamh, well done.
Thank you.
Great pitch. I'm just curious, can you tell us a bit more about where the idea initially came from?
Yeah, I think we had gone initially in with cleaning robots, and we had discovered that while infection control is a huge problem, it's actually about faster cleaning, and a lot of the time they actually don't know how long cleaning is taking. So it was all about trying to figure out how can we make things more efficient. That was kind of the real crux of the problem. Better cleaning is great, but if we can do it faster, it's even better. And that's kind of where as well the sensor came in, because initially they didn't even know how long cleaning was taking. So the sensor can use AI to break that down, so it can break down every stage of the surgery. And so it's kind of giving them that information around their efficiency as well.
And do you have other products coming out in the same space?
Yeah, mainly in on the side of the data collection, we're using generative AI to kind of provide an easier way that they can look into what's happening. So the sensor collects all the data, and the AI agent that we call Clara is an interface for the surgeon to be able to ask, how long did this hip surgery take? What surgeries ran late? How efficient is this surgeon compared to that surgeon?
Thanks, Niamh, that was brilliant. I had a question for you, just looking at your ambitious growth targets, which is great to see. Thinking about fundraising, for a company like yours, you need a bit of a war chest to attack a market like the US. What does that look like for you in the next couple of years?
Yeah, I think, so we've gotten along with grant funding and private investment in Ireland. Our target market is the US. We'll obviously stay Irish, but investors in the US have a lot of appetite for this type of innovation. Healthcare is a big area for robotics right now. So we're aiming to raise a pretty large round. I can't disclose exactly how much at the end of this year.
That sounds great. And is the US the primary market? What are your plans for the UK then as well?
Yeah, the UK as well is in our trajectory. We have 2 hospitals over there that we've signed up. So it's kind of a mix between the UK and the US starting out, and then obviously Europe as well.
Thank you. Congratulations.